Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just setting up the charts over here. Just got home, freshened up a tad bit, and got right onto the PC to do this live stream. We gotta do this, guys. We gotta do a health check, all right? It's our fiduciary duty to the community to do a health check, especially considering what's going on in the markets. But I want you guys to let me know if you guys can hear me a-okay. Give me a voice check before I give you guys the health check. Hey, Elena. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing good, Scotty, my man. And Stan is here. Frank is here. Richard Stevenson. Hey, Alex. Oh, my man. Everyone, please welcome one of our newest seedlings, Alex. It's a perfect time to be asking questions today, guys. Good morning, indeed. Alrighty, we are good to go. I set up a few charts. Alrighty. Okay, I'm just doing a bit of some notes. I wanted to bring up a comment last stream, but I think we forgot to discuss it, so we have that here too. All right. My man Puffy. Yeah, I was talking to myself out loud. And hopefully I set up everything correct. Oh, okay. I guess not. This is going to be an analysis today. Me talking about a blank screen. So guys, today, things are looking rather gloomy. Pretty dark, I should say. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm exhausted, so forgive the stupid dad jokes. Oh man, I just got home. I've been out all day and it's been bloody hot. A really, really hot day. So I have heat exhaustion too to deal with today. I just had to do a live though today. Just had to do a live to discuss what we've been discussing since last week, right? So I did one last Sunday. I gave you guys a set of criteria to look out for. I did an update for you guys on Wednesday, I believe, right? Wednesday or was it Thursday? Wednesday. One of the days, either way. We started off with a set of criteria last week on Sunday. Middle of the week, I gave you guys an update, and now we're going to do another update to see how those criteria fared. We good to we all on the same page? Oh, so people are bringing up the CME narrative again, eh? It's that time of the market phase where your favorite fundamental analyst learns about CME gaps, and he now starts talking about it like he's a technical analysis pro and tells everyone about how important the CME gap is. It's that phase of the market, guys. So I would say, based on that, we are around halfway through this bull market. Oh, by the way, I don't mean to disparage you or be condescending towards you at all, Josh. It's just something that we've been talking about over here at Bango since around 2018, where we advise our community to not heed too much to the CME gaps as a criteria at all, but use it more so as a confluencing factor, because your technical analysis will point to the CME gap playing out, and then you look at your CME gap and be like, okay, cool, that's lining up as well. So we'll talk about that today. You tell me where the CME gap is, and I'll show you how you don't need to even bother with the CME gap. Trust me, it'll just overcomplicate things. At Mango, we like to keep it easy. We like to keep it stress-free because that's how we make the profits and keep the profits. When you overcomplicate things, it's not... I know it's not sexy. I know the things we do over here is not sexy, but it will make you rich. So you choose. Do you want to be sexy or do you want to be rich? Right? It's kind of like getting plastic surgery. You spend all your money on plastic surgery. Yeah, you look sexy, but you're broke after that. Unless you have a sugar daddy paying for everything. Right? In which case, why are you even here? And introduce me to a sugar daddy. Yo, Tug. Yeah, so dude, Josh, during 2018, there was a CME gap around, I think, there was a CME gap from like $4,000 all the way up to 13,000 that never got filled, right? There was CME gaps throughout the way that people kept waiting for to get filled, and markets just kept rallying. It got filled eventually during the COVID dump, but you had to wait a very long time. All right, is the music too loud? Cheers, Josh. I'm glad you're taking it well, man. I didn't mean to talk at you. I just remember this time of the market phase where a lot of influencers like to try to sound smart by making an entire video on CME gaps. All right, let's get started, shall we? I do want to do a quick housekeeping check. There's not much to talk about today because we have an agenda that I do want to go through, but just a heads up to everyone in the seed program. Krisha's seed mastermind session was recorded. She did a presentation that added to her altcoin season, alt season analysis, how to play it, how to set up for it psychologically, how to position for it. So I recommend watching it. It was a really, really good session of back and forth. And if you guys did catch the live session, there was a bonus for you towards the end where I also go through a few charts on the fundamental side of things. I don't want to say fundamental, more like macro, right? We talk more about the macro side of things and show a few charts, etc., etc. I'm not sure whether we talked about this in the last stream, but I did keep it ready. This screenshot for you, one of the comments, where he says, good analysis, Mango. I'm wondering how this can be the middle of the bull market if we are barely cracking 60 cents. He's referring to Cardano, right? He's essentially saying, hey, how can this be the middle of the bull market if you're only at 60 cents and I have a target for $8? This clearly can't be the middle of the bull market. And I've been here, man. I've been in his shoes in 2017 when I was new to all of this. And I put myself in a whole world of pain because of this. And I wanted to express how important it is to get out of this mindset to you guys, to all of you. This is so important because had I not made these mistakes, I would have been that much more better off today, right? And you guys can avoid mistakes. And half of this game, by the way, guys, is just avoiding mistakes. Avoid mistakes and the profits are just given to you. You make the mistakes and you give back all your profits, right? So his question again is, hey, how can we be in the middle of the bull market? How can you say that we've seen half of the bull market already if Cardano's only at 60 cents and I have a target for $8? A couple of things. Cardano could still hit $8, by the way, and we be in the middle of the bull market. Okay, we could be 80% done the bull market, and Cardano could be only at $1, and then the last 20% of the bull market, Cardano gets to 8. Right? So the last 20% of the market will see 80% of the gains, right? Pareto's law, right? You can use that as an excuse to hold on to your trade a tad bit longer for that last final push, right? I've showed this to you guys on Bitcoin, how 2017, not the entire, but there's a good portion of the year where people were rather depressed the entire summer, right? And then came September, where Binance got banned, China banned Binance, October was pretty bearish too, and then suddenly towards the end of October and November, Bitcoin is back to 4,000, then November, Bitcoin's at 7,000, and December, Bitcoin's at 20,000. So we rallied from 1,800 in August to 20,000 by end of the year, right? So that was like the last 20% of the bull market had most of the gains. Okay, so firstly, things don't move linearly in crypto. Okay, things do not move linearly in crypto. Things will move exponentially, and towards the end, the parabolic gains, a lot can happen. Most of the gains can happen towards the end. Now, that's the bullish side of what I want to share with you guys, right? That's like the hopium side. There's a more brutal side that you guys need to come to terms with, which is your targets don't effing matter. The bull market doesn't give a rat's ass about your targets, right? You guys need to be target agnostic, and that's what I tell him here. I'm like, hey, Derek, Sean here. Because this is Krisha's video, right? And I was replying, like, hey, Derek, Sean here. From my painful experience in the past, I'd advise being price/target agnostic. We can all have price targets in the price targets because it feels good to know where we are going, right? When you buy something, you want to have a price target because you want to know what your return is, right? You're like, hey, I'm risking so much. What's my potential return? But if the market changes or the trend breaks, it's best to reevaluate where the bus wants to go next, right? So let's draw this out for you guys. Okay, let's draw this out. Let's say you start here, okay? And your risk is here, okay? And you're like, you know what, this is an asymmetric trend trade, which is the mango way, the trend trading way, etc., etc. We always like to go for the 10x, 100x if we can get it, right? But 5x is also really good to have, right? Let's say you're targeting a nice like 10x, which is somewhere around here, or maybe 50x, which is somewhere around here. And now you hop on the bus, right? Because that's what trend trading is. You wait for the bus, you get onto the bus, and then you're riding the bus, and now the bus driver decides to get drunk, okay? He decides to like, you know, reach underneath the seat, pull out some whiskey, and starts drinking, and he veers off track. Okay, he tries to swerve back on track, but nope, no good. He's drunk, and he does this. Are you just gonna stay on the bus? Or are you gonna be like, F this, I'm out? You're jumping out of the window, right? That's what you guys need to do. You may want to get to Las Vegas or Montreal or wherever you guys are going, but the bus ain't going there no more, man. You gotta hop out and maybe join another bus. But you gotta hop out, right? So yeah, we may have targets, but your job over here is not to stay firm on your targets. Your job is to make money. Your job is not to be right. You guys need to understand something. Technical analysis is not about being an oracle. Technical analysis is not about predicting exactly what is going to happen in the future. Guys, listen to me and listen to me well over here. Technical analysis is simply a set of tools that allow you to assess and measure your version of reality. Okay? So your version of reality might be, we are going all the way to Montreal, but the bus driver is drunk. And technical analysis will tell you, your version of reality is wrong. We are not going to Montreal, we are going back to Ottawa, my man. And you may not want to go back to Ottawa, because it was a pretty rough ride all the way here. You just want to get back to Montreal, right? So that's what technical analysis really is. It's not about predicting the future. It's not a crystal ball. It's a set of tools designed for you to measure your version of reality. And your version of reality could be wrong. So that's what TA is, all right? So that's why we use the mango way. All right. So, we good? Any questions on that? Oh, thank you, Frank. Appreciate that, my man. Well, smash the likes if you guys did enjoy that. Now we're getting on a bus after this analysis. My thoughts on Cardano. We're going to discuss Bitcoin over here. Kusha did a video on Cardano, right? You guys can watch Kusha's video. If we have time, we'll do a update on Cardano. But I do want to do a health check on Bitcoin for you guys, and we're going to discuss altcoin season as well, a tad bit. Basically, not altcoin season, but more so what Bitcoin is doing in regards to that. Cheers, Alex. Appreciate that, man. All right, let's get started. How many of you guys remember? How many of you guys to spam? If you guys don't, the answer, so that way I know how many of you are paying attention, right? What did we discuss in regards to the 4-day level, the weekly level, and the monthly level last week? Now, you guys have one of the three questions right over here, right? What were the three levels that we were looking at? Shimbolin Etikudo. Dude, your name is so fascinating in such a cool way, right? So usually people have fascinating names, but they aren't cool. You have so much freaking strength in your name, dude. I'm sorry to ask, but is that like African? Because they have the coolest names usually. So, and that does sound like a really cool name. But yeah, he says, Sean, your last health check was on point. You deserve a crypto award. Hey, thank you, man. But honestly, it wasn't anything special. It's me just staying objective and not trying to it's just a set of rules that we just repeatedly follow over and over and over. It's really boring, actually. It's just really boring. If there's anything I deserve a reward for, is being consistently boring. That's what I deserve a reward for. Because you can talk to Julian, you can talk to Stanton, you can talk to Frank, right? We've been one of the most boring channels here, doing the same thing, but it's been the most profitable channel as well. How's it going, Julian? Glad you're listening in, man. Stanton says weekly close at or above the 4-day level. No. I had a specific level for the weekly, specific level for the 4-day, and we were hoping, because the weekly looked like crap. Remember? The weekly looked like crap, and we were like, hey, will the 4-day be a catalyst to save the weekly? Because the 4-day was coming in before the weekly. So if the 4-day stepped in and bounced off the 4-day level, then the weekly will get saved. That's what we're looking at. Because the weekly level, guys, okay, let's keep it simple. I had 2 levels that I wanted you guys to look out for leading towards the end of the week. We wanted the 4-day to defend the $65,000 level, and we wanted the weekly to defend the $67,000 level, right? But we were in trouble because look at this wick over here. You guys see this wick right over here? It meant that the weekly was going to close underneath. It looked like the weekly was going to close underneath the weekly level, which is coming at $67,000, right? But we said, hey, wait a minute, right? Because the weekly had came down all the way down to 65. But like, wait a minute, our 4-day level though is 65,000, and we're about to close the 4-day. So what if the 4-day bounces? What if the 4-day gets supported? And if we bounce, we could close above the weekly level. Voila. Now, we didn't know that was going to happen, but that was the analysis, that this could be the plausible situation, provided we are still bullish. If we are bullish, support should hold, right? Support should get supported, right? In the bull markets, look for support to hold and look for resistances to break. In a bear market, look for resistances to hold and support to break. Again, note that down too. We're in a bull market, so provided you guys are bullish, you guys should look for support to hold. So if the weekly was coming down to a 4-day level, right, which was 65,000. Okay, let's go mark out 65,000 for you guys. It was right over here, right? So you see this wick? This wick, that was the previous 4-day. If the weekly comes down to the 4-day level, the 4-day should bounce, and then the weekly can close above its level, Stanton. I wanted the weekly to close above its level. Now, the 4-day was helping that along, but the 4-day needed to close above its level, the weekly needed to close above its level. Yeah, so this is the recap, Alina. That the weekly needed to hold 67,000. The 4-day needed to hold 65,000. And finally, the monthly needs to hold 58 to 61K. As long as those 3 levels are holding, Mango is remaining bullish, as uncomfortable as it may be. Remember, your most profitable trades are usually when you're uncomfortable. Oh, it is African. Yeah. Dude, it makes sense. You guys have the coolest names. I think honestly we can just stop here. This is it. So as good as analysis needs to be. Anything else is going to confuse you guys, and everything else from here onwards is just fun stuff. All right? This is all you guys want to keep it Mango. This is all you guys need. Profi says you're reporting the bus driver. I think you guys are late on your chat, or I am receiving your chat late. One of the two. Either way, if I'm responding to you guys a tad bit late, I do apologize. And those of you who are just joining in, I recommend watching the beginning of the stream. We did discuss something that will help your psychology in the rest of this bull market, as well as the bear market to come and the next bull market. Vasant, today we're very unlikely to look at. Okay, I'll look at ICP. But no more. I'll look at ICP and maybe Cardano towards the end, guys. But no more, because my plan was to look at only Bitcoin today. But yeah, look at ICP and Cardano. I don't know, man. I don't know. We have Bitcoin to focus on today. Okay, so the next chart that I do want to talk about, this is again something that we brought up in the last stream. We drew out this triangle, right? Now, I don't want to pay too much attention to it, because we did need to hold levels. We needed to hold the weekly level as well as the 4-day level, and now we did, right? If things do keep going here and we do break towards the upside, this is going to be really bullish, right? So what we can start doing is one of our previous trade techniques, where we draw in a zone over here between the flats and the diagonal, right? And you adjust this a tad bit like this. The flat is the candle goes over here, right? Okay, so somewhere around there, right? We start breaking into the zone here. We can start getting a starting position, right? You want to divide your position into 3 parts or 2 parts, but I would say 25% over here, and then the rest of 75% above the top of the box. Okay, we want to see candle closes above this area, because I think Bitcoin could go all the way up to 100K if we break out of this with conviction. I want to see strong candle closes into the 77, 78K region, preferably above 78K. That's one of Krisha's major targets. So we get above Krisha's major target around 78K. I think we could be going all the way up to around 100K. Right? This is this bull flag playing out. You can kind of see it on the weekly too, guys? I don't know, the 4-day, I think. Yeah, the 4-day. It looks like a perfect bull flag on the 4-day. It looks so perfect. That looks too easy to play, right? But then again, sometimes it's so easy to play that you're thinking, this is too easy to play. I'm not going to play it. It's got to be a trap. No way the market is this perfect, right? This is your picture perfect bull flag. If we break out. Remember, bull flag is only a bull flag, is only bullish if it actually breaks out. It's just like any other pattern. It's a representation of trend analysis, right? So we have high lows, high lows, high lows, squeezing, low highs, low highs, low highs. We want to see that lower high trend break. But now here's the bearish side of things. A pattern is only a pattern in the direction of the pattern if the trend is the direction it breaks in, right? But what if we break the other way? What if we break down? Well, the symmetrical triangle now, this bull flag is no longer a bull flag. It's a failed bull flag which breaks down. The trend breaks down. The trend starts a downtrend because we've taken out all the lows over here. In that case, we have something like this. Damn it. Right here, clean chart, right? We have a symmetrical triangle that breaks down. The measured move, by the way, is the length, right? Boom, place it over here. And you have a target of around 56,000, let's say 56,000, right? That, surprisingly, lines up with around the bottom of the cloud, depending on where we break from. If we break a little bit later, it'll be higher than the cloud. If we break a little earlier, it'll be right at the cloud. I'm expecting a wick down to the 200 moving average, though. But the 200 moving average is likely going to come up to the cloud, right? If we do something like this, I'm looking at that, right? This triangle has become... It's pretty populated, right? What are we? 80% into the triangle now? 78%, 90%, I don't know. But usually around this time, you would see a break out of the triangle or just a failed move where let's say we keep going without the market decide. Because a symmetrical triangle, guys, is the market trying to decide what to do next. Right? The market isn't sure. That's why I'm saying lower highs. Lower highs means people are selling quicker and quicker. High lows are saying people are buying quicker and quicker. That's the market kind of trying to decide, which is why you err towards the prevailing trend, which is up, right? You're like, okay, market's trying to decide, I'm going to play the probability, which is up. Okay, cool. But what if the market can't come to a decision? It's not just up or down. It could be sideways. Usually, this is how this plays out. The market will be like, all right, we're going up. But then people sell. And then it says, shit, we're not going up. We're going down. But then people buy. So then we don't go up or down. We end up with a candle that does both. You'll see a wick on both sides, and the market goes sideways. And we do nothing, right? And then it'll be like, okay, visit the range, low again, right? Bounce, visit this range low. Okay, cool. Aggressively rally to this range, right? And then we end up having something like this, and this entire pattern is forgotten. No one's thinking about it anymore, and it's just lost. Because when you look back at it a few years later, it doesn't look like a pattern anymore. It just looks like one big range, and then you'll be like, wait a minute, what was I doing then? Right? Because I always go back in history and try to remember the psychology of every phase that I traded. I'm like, wait, what was I trading back then? Oh yeah, right. There was a freaking head and shoulders there that never played out. Here it is, right? So just think about, just keep that in the back of your mind. Things could turn into nothing burgers. That's trading, man. That's trading. It's not always sexy. So Sean's great analysis today is this turns out to be nothing. It's not sexy, but it's a way to risk manage getting overly positioned and opportunity cost, right? Sometimes you allocate too much to one trade and you're missing out on other trades. Hey, I'm glad you think so, Alex. All right. The most pain is up. You think so, Stanton? I think I agree with you, man. I think I agree with you. Patterns are representation of market behavior, yes. They're not important in discerning market behavior, Red Ligo. I don't think they are important. I think they are useful tools for newer market participants to understand market behavior. They are a visualization tool to understand market behavior, right? So kind of think about what I explained to you guys in regards to the low highs are representing people wanting to sell quicker. The high lows are representing people wanting to buy quicker. The market's trying to decide what to do next. But sometimes if there's actual equilibrium, right, of buyers and sellers, the market may try to break up or down and nothing may happen because there's equal sellers and buyers on both sides. The market has reached equilibrium. And even that is information. If the market goes up and down in both directions and it starts going sideways, you found an equilibrium state. Okay, that entire zone now is what people would call an order block. An order block is simply an area where a lot of volume has been exchanged between buyers and sellers both. The market is accepting price over there. There's no disequilibrium. So market will stay there. Markets go up when there's more buyers than sellers and price seems to reprice because of that. Markets go down when there's more sellers than buyers. So when you see, right, a new trader asking in a Telegram group or a Discord chat, hey, why is the market going up? What's the news? The news is that there are more buyers than sellers. That's why the market's going up. Beat it. Right? Because there could be a really actual big news event that nobody reads, nobody cares, or people just misinterpret it and they don't care about buying. So just hey, Stanton, good for you, buddy. Are you not getting rewarded right now for keeping it mango? Do you remember all of those lectures I was giving you back here, dude? Do you remember all of this? By the way, those of you who are new here, Stanton was with us in the Discord chat every day, every morning. Do you remember this phase? I remember. He's like, yes. Weekly, 4-day, or dude, even the monthly. At the moment, though, right, you guys can look towards the 12-hour for if you're already in your position, stay in your position, but look towards the 12-hour time frame. Like I said, look at the dashboard. Look at what the dashboard is doing. Dashboard is neutral now. It was short just like 15 hours ago. Things are beginning to look really good, guys. Look at the profile over here. Blue volatility on the 4-hour, orange volatility on the daily plus the 2-day, blue volatility on the 12-hour, but neutral. If this flips from neutral to long, you guys know your trade direction, right? You also have bullish divergence detecting right over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. Bullish divergence over here, saying expensive, right? Because we are at the top of the range. When you see expensive over here and neutral, right? Neutral shows you that you're ranging, right? Shows you you're ranging, consolidating. And it says expensive. It's likely that you're at the top of the range, right? Well, when you look at the chart, what's the chart saying? Chart saying we're top of the range, right? Top of the symmetrical triangle. So yeah, if it does break though, sometimes when you're buying a breakout, not sometimes, every time you buy a breakout, it's going to be expensive, right? It's going to be expensive because you could have bought at the bottom of the range as opposed to buying the breakout. But then it's no longer a breakout trade, it's a trend trade. But a breakout trade is a continuation trend trade. So depends on how you define it. Where was I going with this? Holy shit, Bitcoin's almost at 70,000 leading into the weekly close, man. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, bullish divergence on the 12-hour apparently, right? Remember here, it says bullish divergence. Volatility good. With the weekly looking so good. Oh my god. Let's see. Bullish divergence. It's not aggressive enough for me to like really say, yeah, this is bullish divergence. No. But definitely still a structure worth playing. I still say the weekly and the 4-day are going to be the big deciders. And as long as the monthly is holding above its level, as a monthly, yeah, right over here, we are bullish. Period. Can I speak Bahasa? I don't know. I cannot. But holy shit, I wish I could speak Bahasa. Imagine walking into a bar and telling a really hot girl that I speak Bahasa. Me? I speak Bahasa. Oh really? What's your name? I'm Mufasa, and I speak Bahasa. Oh my god, dude! But don't tell Krisha I said that. Oh shit, she's here. You'd be in serious trouble, mister. You get into trouble these days, guys, for telling women you speak Bahasa. What's wrong in that? Like, what's wrong with that? I mean, I didn't say it was African. I just said my name's Mufasa. What are you trying to say? That someone from Indonesia cannot have the name Mufasa? Jesus. You're being racist, man. What about the language Baha? That's a language, right? Baha. When can we expect to see a volatility reading on the dashboard for the weekly time frame? That's a good question for Mark. We should be able to see it soon, eh? Like we should. Let's see. I'll talk to them about it. We can make an exception for Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum. He's like, wrong assumption on my part, then apologies, guys. Oh my god. Alright, let's go ICP. Oof. Neutral across all the lower to mid time frames, guys, except the 4-day and the weekly being long, which is all that really matters if you're looking to buy the high time frame trend, right? So as long as the 4-day and the weekly are staying long, you can say, hey, I'm fine in my trade. Like look at the dashboard. You're up. Like stay if you got a good position like at lower prices on ICP and you're looking for cyclical play, you wanna stay in position as long as the 4-day and the weekly are long. Okay. If you got into the trade based on the 4-day time frame, you're up 337%. If you got into the trade based on the weekly time frame, you're up 277%. So why would you want to give that? Why would you want to get cute with that, right? I don't like getting cute at positions. I try to go for the big win. Like I got a few 10x's this cycle. I'm trying to go for 100x now. Okay, let's see. I don't know. It could backfire on me, but usually when you have a good position, you want to try to milk it this phase of the market, because like I said, the last crazy the last bit of the market can go crazy, right? I know it's hard to do, but at the very least what I would do is not try to get on my entire position. I'd leave at least 20 to 10% of my position in. Side topic, ICP being weekly long and 40 long while everything else resets to neutral and the volatility is blue, is basically you getting a chance to add to your position if you already got out, or add to your position if you got partially out, right? Build that position up again. That's what it looks like to me. It's a reset of trend. Reset of momentum as well. Reset of volatility. Let's go look at the chart. Bitcoin's at 70,000. Do we really want to look at ICP? Shit. Oh, this looks good. ICP looks fantastic, guys. Tenkin Kijun looking great. Edge to edge trade activated, in my opinion. Looking towards the target of around $45. Cloud likely going to flip green. 4-day was already flipped green. Trend looking good. Tenkin healthy over here. Kijun kind of already got tested, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and turn on the 21 EMA. 21 EMA is right in between that. This is really nice equilibrium. And if you're playing this on the weekly, you just want to hold on to this trade. It's likely wants to get up to $45 at the very least. At the very least, this is such a beautiful trend. I like this. I like this. You don't want to be playing this on the low time frames. Like, you just be getting chopped out for no reason. Bobo coin. So let's see. Bitcoin's about to break out, man. 70,150. If it took 3 months to break out of resistance, why would it consolidate? I think if ICP is, I don't know, I could be wrong, but usually if you take 3 months to break out, you're looking for a reason to just escape, man. It should go into escape velocity phase right now, in my opinion, after 3 months of consolidation. Yeah, ICP complete reset, Krisha, exactly. Like, complete reset. Bitcoin in a way got a complete reset too, eh, guys? Look at this. The long is on the 2-day, 9 days, on the daily, 4 days, and the neutral is likely going to switch on the next 12-hour candle if price keeps the way it is, doing what it is. The bullish divergence, which I'm not a big fan of, is playing out, but the dashboard likely knows more than me. Was I missing something here? No. Were you not liking Bitcoin at a lower price, Xiaomin? It's surprising to hear. Exactly. You are loving it before, okay? You're liking it now, okay? Okay. That makes more sense. Guys, we're still at resistance. Eh? I just want to get everyone's expectations clear that where's my daily chart? Okay, yeah, this is a lot of resistance overhead. Like, we could move up here for the next like 2 hours and then boom, straight back down here, 65k Monday morning. That would be a good trade though, right? Let's see. Let's try to figure out a good buy opportunity if you're bullish. Will Bitcoin symmetrical triangle break up or down? Can I vote down? Okay, there we go. That wasn't me, but someone did vote for me. Hey Ray, how's it going, my man? You enjoying the mango alpha? Where would you bid this, dude? Maybe the daily dynamic on the 12-hour. Shit, the daily. You missed the bid on the daily, though. And I can't even say the 2 days. So, Krish, by the way, guys, just a quick heads up. I was completely wrong on me saying that the 2 days is not going to be important. It was the 2 day. Krish was right, and I was wrong because the 2 day was probably what you guys needed to be accumulating your trade on. but I was honest with you guys. I said I'm being biased and I want price to come down to the 4-day dynamic, right? Because it just makes it easier for me. But we didn't get down there. But then again, I gave you guys my conditions upon which I was bullish, which was kind of lining up with the 2-day, where I'd stay bullish. If it came down to the 4-day, I'd be buying under bearish conditions, but bullish trend support. Get it? Get it? The dynamic super thin on the 2-day, on the daily. Well, yeah, the daily is saying that expansion will come if we choose a direction, right? That's what the daily is saying, and your shape is kind of on the daily time frame. But look what the 2-day is saying, guys. The 2-day is suggesting that even if the market chooses a direction towards the downside, for example, you could wick off the bottom of the dynamic and then go up here, wick off the top of the zone here, and still just end up doing nothing, right? Because the 2-day dynamic is not suggesting a break in expansion just yet. I mean, if it breaks above the zone though, then we're going, right? 2-day candle is about 74k. This is going. Do you guys want to see something scary for altcoins? You guys ready for something to shake you on altcoins? If you wanted to hedge with covered calls, where would you hedge? What premium are you getting at 120k? It depends on what premium you're getting, right? It's not just where you hedge. It's the current volatility, and volatility is compressed right now. I wouldn't hedge right now. Like, we've been going sideways for so long. You want to hedge when the market is doing this, dude, right? Because you get a higher premium for the same strike price. So, hey, how's it going, Richard? My man Francis. Hey NB. You guys are so sweet. Okay, what are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, by the way, just by the way, let's not forget the color of the cloud. Great to see you too, buddy. I recommend watching the entirety of the stream for those of you who are just joining. I'll be wrapping up soon, but at the beginning of the stream, we did discuss something that was really, really important in regards to psychology. I discussed this comment right over here. Actually, I did not read his reply. He's like, thanks, Sean. I know what you mean. I have a target in mind. I start to view the chart from a perspective that aligns with my desire. Definitely guilty of that. There you go, man. There you go. So look what he says, guys. I have a target in mind, and I've started to view the charts from a perspective that aligns with my desire. That is such a good reflection, like, of himself. Like, he's reflecting and understanding the mistakes he's making. So good for you, Diggles, if you're watching this and listening to this. He's like, definitely guilty of that. I mostly try to look at long-term trends. I've been doing TA crypto since 2014, so I'm looking at the largest cycles. Hey man, good for you. Yeah, TA is the way to go. Like, I started off my journey with FA, and trust me, it does not risk manage anything, and all you need in crypto is risk management, and the profits just come to you automatically, right? So focus on the TA. The TA will ensure that you keep your gains, and the market will give you the gains automatically. Mostly DCA now, and buy the dips to get the B runs. I don't know about that. I'm not a big fan of DCAing. Yeah, Alina, there's videos in the Seed private channels uploaded under resources. The live sessions, the mastermind sessions have been recorded. Not all of them, but all of Krisha's sessions, I think, have been recorded. My bits have not been recorded. Okay, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin dominance. I just remembered. Okay, this is going to be the last bit for the day. We'll wrap up. All right, you guys ready for this? I don't know, man. What do you guys think of this? What are you guys seeing here? I'm long BCH, ETC, Do, Shiba, and BTC. I've been watching the tug of war between these all weekend. Nice. Strong indeed. Oh, you're gonna join Seed? That's awesome, buddy. It'll be good to have you in the fam. You're gonna, dude. Oh, by the way, you're joining at the right time, Richard. I think just in time. Because we will be retiring the current pricing model. Kusha has been talking to me about it for a while, and I finally said, all right, it's time. And it also kind of incentivizes me as well now to start working on Seed even more than usual. So I'm still like, yeah, it's time. So yeah, welcome to Seed, buddy. Welcome to Seed. Sell partial for all coins. Michael, Anti, Putra. But sell it for what? Sell it for Bitcoin? Or sell it into USD? What's the plan? Did I say new Seed content? I cannot commit to that. But yeah. Let's see. Kusha and I are yet to discuss how we're going to be structuring the new Seed, the new Seed pricing, etc. But I'll just say that those of you who are joining right now are going to be, yeah. Let's see. Dude, the Seed is already comprehensive to a point where it scares a lot of people who assume that it's really scary because it's a lot of content, right? Like I wanna again. It's like what, almost 50 hours. So I just want to show you guys this testimonial. I delete it, right? So he says, on a side note, I was a little worried I would be overwhelmed with the content of the course, though the structure of the course mixed with your unique teaching methods, because one of the things I take pride in, guys, is my unique teaching methods. And those of you in Seed understand exactly what he's talking about. But your unique teaching methods those feelings have been put at ease. But because of unique teaching methods, those feelings have been put at ease. Coupled with the fact that I've already had so many willingly helpful people in your community who reach out with either advice regarding the trades or the course and the dashboard options. My only regret is that I did not find this place sooner. It makes me so happy to hear this, guys. It makes me so happy to hear this. It makes me happy to know that, one, you guys are finding so much value in Seed, because I really freaking put my heart and soul into that program. You guys have, only Krisha knows how much of my heart I gave to the program. And those of you who have watched the program, of course, you guys can feel the love in my teaching exude out of the screen, right? But it took a lot out of me. So it means a lot when you guys say this. Secondly, when I hear that other people in the program are now also helping the rest of you, right? The newcomers, it shows me that one of my biggest goals, which was to create a mastermind community that I could learn from and you guys would pass it along, that goal is coming to fruition. That dream is coming to fruition. So I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much, especially for the last bit of his comment over here, coupled with the fact that I've had so many willingly helpful people in the community. Mango is all about the community, guys. And Bitcoin dominance is wrecking faces right now. It's too cheap for what it is, man. I always say it. Very, very. Yeah. That's kind of what Krisha has been talking about as well. That it's far too cheap, and because she's creating sprouts, right? She has a newfound appreciation for what I did. Even Mock, if he's listening now, also has a newfound appreciation for what I did. Alex, how are you enjoying the course content, by the way, so far? Ajay says, Seed is amazing. Glad to hear, man. By the way, for those of you just watching, you guys can find any of our course content at a very simple way to get to anything. The mangoway.com/seed, or you could go to mangoway.com/sprouts if you're interested in Krisha's course. Krisha's course, by the way, guys, is let me just open it up. I recommend Krisha's course, especially if you guys are dipping your feet into trading and wondering whether or not you guys should get into trading or not. I think Krisha's course is great value for money right now because you're getting 35% off because it's under early bird pricing. Go ahead and check out the page. It's the mangoway.com/sprouts. Wait, do I have the thingy over here? I thought I typed it out, right? Anyways, the mangoway.com/sprouts. You'll find it. And go ahead and read all the reviews here, right? The reason it's in early bird pricing is because she's still building it, and each module that does come out, the price does go up. She's already released, like from what I'm hearing, the module has already paid for itself and then some, right? So take advantage of the pricing while you can. Module 7 drops soon. Yeah. So if you guys are wondering, hey, should I do this TA stuff? This is really, really good way to dip your toes and get quality content that you will honestly I would say this. I'd say this. I'll put it out there. Serious Sprouts, buy either, and within like 3 to like 5 days, if you guys don't like Krisha's teaching or my teaching, we'll give you your money back. Right? But don't watch the whole goddamn thing and say, hey, I don't like your teaching, right? If you shouldn't watch the whole thing. You should know within the first 2 modules at the very least that you don't like our teaching, right? But money back if you don't like our teaching, because the whole point is you need to like your instructor. So if you don't like the instructing, don't like the teaching, your money back. We should actually put that up on the page. Money back guarantee. Yeah, Krisha, come on, stop slacking off. Put down a money back guarantee here. How have we not thought of that before? We're so bad at this. All right, guys, I think we'll wrap up here. Bitcoin's at 70,200. I did want to talk about this, right? So one of the things that makes me a little bit... Okay, before I give you guys this bit of the analysis, I recommend going on over to the premium section on the dashboard and watching Krisha's most recent breakdown on the altcoin season. Okay, watch that, and then take what I'm saying with a grain of salt after. Okay, because hers is more important, because mine is a kind of like a catalyst onto hers. So I've been saying that the Bitcoin dominance analysis starts here. Okay, I've been saying that I've been looking for altcoin season to start once we lose the weekly dynamic trend, right? And right over here, we lost it, right? But then we came and got support on the zone, but I was like, the trend will break the zone. But the trend did not break the zone. Support held, and we reclaimed the weekly dynamic. Once we did that, I was like, guys, we cannot look at the weekly anymore, because now we're consolidating around the weekly dynamic. Now we got to move up to the monthly. This consolidation could last months. Do you guys remember that? I said this consolidation could last months, and we gotta tone it back on alts, because our plan was to go from 95% Bitcoin to 75% Bitcoin. So essentially increase our altcoin exposure drastically, because we were using this as a guide, technical analysis as a guide to start increasing exposure. But remember, TA is a set of tools that represents your ability to measure your version of reality, right? As soon as we reclaimed the dynamic, my version of reality came to question. And I'm like, okay, my version of reality where I was expecting altcoin season to start over here is not coming to fruition. I'm not going to go ahead with that plan to switch from 95% to 75%. I was at around 90%, 89%. I started switching back towards 95%. Now I'm actually more leaning towards, because of a couple of wins too right now, I'm thinking 96, 97% Bitcoin. I don't know, because I converted those wins into Bitcoin, some of those wins into Bitcoin. But I had to switch plans because the TA forced me to switch plans, right? This is how TA risk manages you. So what was the plan? The plan now was, okay, as long as the weekly is consolidating around as long as the weekly is consolidating around the dynamic, we have to look at the monthly, because the monthly trend is in an uptrend. You guys see? I should remove this. Keep it easy for you guys. You guys see the monthly trend? Apologies. I'm a mess right now because I'm tired. This is a rising trend on the monthly, right? This is a rising trend. And a monthly trend could keep rising for a very long time. A weekly trend can keep rising. A rising trend can rise and rise and rise until the trend breaks. It's only when this rising channel breaks towards the downside can we look for an altcoin season. But this is the goddamn monthly time frame, which is why you got to be very patient with it, right? So we don't know when this is going to break. But when it does break, that's when we can start getting aggressive on altcoins. But every time it does shoot up drastically, it's an opportunity for you to collect more altcoins, provided that you're not expecting that to be the low in altcoins, because this trend could keep going on. Now, going back down to the weekly, we are seeing what is now looking like the perfect psychology of an inverted head and shoulders. And you guys will see why, and you guys will see why I explained the entire history of my analysis over here, okay? Because what is a head and shoulders? Through a trend analysis perspective and a behavioral analysis perspective. A head and shoulders, a normal head and shoulders, is a failed continuation of trend, right? Go and explain it to you guys quickly. Let's draw it out over here. No, where can I draw it out? Let's use ICP. Okay. Let's say you have price go up, then come down, go up, right? What is this? An uptrend, correct? You have your high, you have your low, and now you have a new high. Then price comes down again, okay? The market pushes price down, and then puts in a low and attempts at another high, because you have a high here, right? But each high needs to be higher than the other high, right? Right? But the market fails. The market fails to put in a new high. Instead puts in a lower high. Oh, now suddenly you have a high, and a lower high. So you have a failed continuation of the trend. The market expected this, but instead you stopped, and the market put in a low high. But is it activated yet? No, it's not. The bearishness is not activated yet, because you could still do this and get your high. Market just paused. It just paused. When does this head and shoulders activate? When you put in a lower low, because now you have high, a lower high, a lower low, right? High, low, lower high, lower low. So it is on the break of the trend that your head and shoulders gets activated. The head and shoulders is a failed continuation of an uptrend, because you expected a higher high here, you get a lower high, and then you put in a lower low. That's your head and shoulders, right? Similarly, my brothers over here, when I discussed that we expected a lower low continuation, we did not get it. Instead, we failed to continue, and we went in to put in a high, and now we are threatening to put in a higher high. That's your psychology of an inverted head and shoulders. Ruthless says, I think I'm the worst trader in the world. 3 years in the game and I've been broke from the previous cycle, where there are teenagers in their underpants making millions from shitcoins and memes. No, dude. No, you cannot think like that. Firstly, you don't know what they're making. They're saying, okay, dude, trust me when I tell you that you cannot get a reasonable position size in any of those shitcoins for it to count, okay? You can trade those shitcoins with very low position sizes, and you could turn it into a nice small bag that you can now take into one of the mid caps around, let's say, 10 million to 20 million. So I don't know, when you say shitcoins, I don't know, because honestly, a shitcoin could be a mid cap coin too, right? But they're not making millions and millions from that one. If they're posting coins that have started in like the 100 MCAP coin, 100 MCAP range, and now has turned into a 10 million MCAP range, they've not made millions from that trade, because there was no liquidity to put in enough of position size to make millions. They're showing you their percent, but they're not showing you their nominal gains, right? I can tell you, hands down, that I make way more on Bitcoin moving 10% than my altcoins doing 5x or 7x or 10x, right? Way more, because that's how thick your position size can be on a high MCAP coin. So don't let that bother you. Secondly, you need to lose to actually know how to play this game for a long-term sustainability perspective. Okay, you need to lose, you need to get wrecked. I've constantly talk to you guys about the amount of pain I've gone through, the amount of times I've been literally floored by the market. You need to go through that, dude. If you don't go through that and you only see the wins through the shitcoin gambling and NFT gambling, you will not know what it takes to actually keep the money, and two, to take it to a new market like TradFi or whatever, marijuana stocks, anything that you want to trade in the future, right? Forex. You need to go through the pain of what not to do to be able to make this your game in any market. I can be successful in any market because I know the pain. I know the mistakes I made because of the pain I've gone through, right? I know how to avoid the mistakes. I know what not to do. So you are in a better position to be a long-term successful trader than any of those guys that have gambled and made money. You only learn from losing, dude. Exactly, Stanton. Exactly. All of those guys, Krisha and I both know people from 2017 who made multi-millions. I know a dude who took like $700 to around $1,200 and turned it into a $14 million stash, right? Like $14 million. And he gave it all back by the end of 2018. All back, right? I don't say all back. He still ended up with like around 180,000. But imagine, from 14 million to 180,000. So you could get lucky by gambling on shitcoins, okay? And you're going to feel like a winner. But if you don't possess the tools to know how to keep it, it's not going to matter. They're making millions. I bet you that none of them are going to keep it. You only know how to keep it once you go through the pain of losing it. Once you go through the pain, you don't. In fact, it's much better to have not made the millions and have only like a few thousands and lose the few thousands than to make millions and give it all the way back, because that trauma you can never come back from, right? I know, I've never made multi-millions and given it all back to the market, but I had like, you know what, like a small stash that to me meant a lot. And when I lost it, it was extremely painful, but I knew it wasn't so traumatizing where I was thinking to myself, holy shit, I could have lived like a king, like an emperor, etc., where it just affected me mentally. But they gave back massive amounts, right? Multi-millions, and they weren't able to mentally come back from that. So I got lucky in a way where I was able to make all of my mistakes with a small stash, right? So you are in a much better position, buddy. Trust me. You are in a much better position. You're going to look back at these 3 years, right? Because trading is a long journey, dude. You're going to be doing this for 30 years. The fact that you've been losing and you're still here shows that you can tell yourself all of this, that you're the worst trader, blah, 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 but you have it in you to keep coming back, and that counts for more. The fake dudes who just call themselves traders, but they're only looking to make money, they don't love the game. Because they don't love the game, they will never get good. They're only gambling. They're doing it for the money. The people who are here even after they lose are the people who are really here because they love the game. They love this goddamn game. And no matter how much you lose, you will come back to, and you're better off losing small amounts, because you can always get back from that mentally. You can always get back from that psychologically. But when you lose a huge amount, you can't get back from that, right? So you are in a luckier position to learn from your mistakes while you have a smaller stash that you're risking, as opposed to learning when you have a big stash that you can't come back from. But now, when you do have a big stash, when you do grow your stash, you will know exactly what not to do to keep that stash. You will know exactly what to do to keep that stash. Oh man, well, welcome, welcome. Dude, if you enjoy this stuff in Seed, you're gonna really, really like the content in there. So welcome to Seed, buddy. And you're gonna love the community, the private, the folk in the private group as well. Just talk to the seedlings, man. I saw my bags go up to 500K in the last bull run. I saw it go down the same way because I didn't know how to keep. Exactly, dude. Exactly, Ariza. Yeah. Dude, I promise you, this time I'm going to be a lot louder about my conviction calls, right? Like I was because, like, again, over here, all we asked from Santa on Bitcoin was to hold the monthly. It was a very easy play, man. Very easy play over here. Right, Julian got out of all his altcoins. Congratulations, Julian. But the thing is, right, I was not being brash enough to get people's attention, the people that needed it, because there's so many loud folk, right, that come out during these phases of the market, which is why I was kind of hard on, I don't know who. But I was talking about how, oh, hey, this is that phase, where the influencers are coming out and talking about CME gaps. They're all become experts now, blah, blah, blah. Because I need to be like that this time around to be able to make sure that you guys are listening, right? Over here, do you guys remember how firm I was on my 10 SMA thesis? I'm like, we've reclaimed the 10 SMA, right? Like, I'm being a lot more stern this cycle around. So that way you guys have the same conviction, because my conviction is going to kind of hit you guys in the fields, and I'm being cautious about everything, right? Last stream, I told you about why I don't think this market is going to keep going up forever just because we have an ETF, right? Just because we have a Bitcoin halving. I gave you guys an entire rant on supply and demand economics, on how other influencers out there are saying, hey guys, the supply and demand economics, right? The halving, it's going to make sure the price keeps going up forever, right? Because the ETF and the halving together, price will go up forever. This time is different. No. We're not going to be like that, Mango. I'm going to make sure I protect you guys to the best of my ability. Okay? So, if you guys make gains, Mango will help you guys keep the gains. That's good, Chamberlain. That's good. Crypto still has it's still taboo, and that's that's exactly why there's so many gains to be made from it, because it is still taboo. Once it stops being taboo, right, there's no more opportunity in it anymore. I mean, I wouldn't say no more opportunity, but the opportunity diminishes. You know, right now I tell you guys, crypto is going to give you guys, at this phase of the cycle, you're going to be a consequence of the bull market. You're just going to be a consequence of wins. Our job is to know how to keep those wins. That's going to be the real skill. That bit is going to start fading away, right? As soon as crypto stops being taboo, where everyone's wife is proud of their husbands being a crypto trader, at that point, right, once your wife, who is a normie, like let's say she doesn't know anything about crypto, but she's going and telling all her friends that, hey, my husband's a crypto trader, when she's saying that with pride, things are not going to be as profitable. Hey, no, Alex, keep the chatting up, I appreciate it a lot, dude. You guys chatting like this engagement keeps me going here. It drives a lot of energy in me to just keep at it. So I appreciate it, Alex. Like, I appreciate you, buddy, a lot. Hey, cheers, buddy. I'm glad you caught a stream. Amidi. Oh, I'm Amedi. Cheers, Alex. There's a heart for you. All right, I think we're good. We covered ICP, Bitcoin. Looks like it wants to break hearts, but like I said, I urge you guys to keep an eye on the fact that we have a zone of resistance right overhead that we do need to clear before we get too excited. Cool. With that, guys, do the mango way, do it the easy way, do it the stress-free way. Riza says this time will be different because we are learning TA. Exactly. Oh, I did not conclude on Bitcoin dominance. Oops. Holy shit. I need to take a sip of water then. Right. I just went on a massive tangent, but we were talking about inverted head and shoulders, right? So if you have an inverted head and shoulders, now you can use your fancy Elliott wave analysis, etc., to come up with where this can go. But I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it mango, and we can essentially take the length over here and say that, hey, this likely, what do you know, wants to reach one of our other key levels, which is 57. So 57 Bitcoin dominance. Also, you can use this rising channel as a, in fact, if you do adjust it on the break, wow, this actually points right to the top of the rising channel, as well as a zone over here. Sorry, our green resistance line. So what we can do is draw a zone, if I can get that right. Right. So we have a target somewhere around here between 57 and 58. This is inverted head and shoulders, which means that Bitcoin is going to, one or two things is going to happen. Either Bitcoin is going to rally much harder than altcoins, or altcoins are going to dump much harder than Bitcoin dumps, right? In both those scenarios, Bitcoin dominance goes up, right? Bitcoin dominance is just a representation of Bitcoin's strength against altcoins. It's not a representation of Bitcoin going up. Okay, people should be very, very clear on that idea. Bitcoin dominance is just a representation of Bitcoin's strength against altcoins. So if you have altcoins going down, but Bitcoin's going down less, Bitcoin dominance can still go up. So Bitcoin dominance is not a representation of price going up. It could also go up while Bitcoin is going down, but Bitcoin will just be going down less than altcoins. So be very, very careful when trading this to long Bitcoin. For example, let's go back to our symmetrical triangle over here. If I can find it, give me a second, right here. Let's say we get rejected at the top of the box, okay, and we break down, okay, and we have the measured move that I showed you guys that plays out on the 12-hour time frame, and we go down to the bottom of the 12-hour cloud, 12-hour 200 moving average, right, and we see like 56K, okay. Bitcoin comes down to 56K. That's going to be a drop of 20%. Bitcoin drops 20%. The way altcoins have been behaving recently, they're all going down another 40%, 50%, right? So at that point, you're seeing Bitcoin dominance get wrecked. Sorry, Bitcoin dominance go up, right? Bitcoin dumps, altcoin dumps higher, Bitcoin dominance goes up. Now, none of us want that. I don't want that. You guys don't want that. But if you guys do have a nice allocation of USD that you guys can take advantage of that, that's going to be advantageous, right? So you may want to think about how much you want to keep on the sidelines for an opportunity like that, because Bitcoin also coming down to 54K would be an opportunity. That being said, if Bitcoin rallies, it looks like Bitcoin will rally harder than altcoins, right? So, and we've been seeing that all weekend, guys. All weekend we've been seeing Bitcoin going, like, consolidating over here, while altcoins, not all of them, but many of them are actually showing weakness. The 10th of this month, Fed meetings and all of that, I don't think it all that matters, man. I talked about this in the last 24 days until the next FOMC meeting. The market is already pricing in, so current target rate probably is at 525. Market is pricing in 95% that the Fed does nothing. Okay, so the next meeting as well, market thinks that the Fed is going to hold steady. So market's already priced in. Whatever we're seeing over here, the market has already priced in. And this is the most bearish case. This is the most bearish case already priced in, that the Fed does nothing. It holds steady, okay? The only more bearish thing is that the Fed raises, and that is like an impossibility right now. That's not even being discussed on the table. It's either the Fed cuts or the Fed stays steady. And the Fed staying steady is the Fed being hawkish, right? Because real rates are really, really high. You compare real rates by comparing the average inflation rate with the current Fed funds rate. The Fed funds rate is sitting at around 5.25, and average inflation is like what? I don't know, 3.1. So the Fed is tight. Now you look at what the market is pricing in for the next Fed meeting. Target rate is currently 525, and there's a 55% 50% chance that we see one rate cut. So market is already pricing in almost a 50-50 chance that we see a rate cut in the next cycle. I don't think any of these FOMC, these Fed meetings are going to matter, dude. If CPI comes in cold, right, that's the opposite of hot. If the CPI comes in under 2%, the markets are going to rally. If the CPI comes in high, well, the markets are going to say, well, the Fed doesn't want to cut anyways. So Fed's going to hold steady, and that's already priced in. I say once we get, here's the thing. April, if you guys want to talk about, oh man, I'm so exhausted. I do apologize. If you guys want to talk about the issues with April, I'm going to go to my macro chart over here. Give me a second. Okay, it's the last thing I talk about, guys. I'm exhausted. Okay, I'm going to pull up the TGA chart. Treasury general account. Do I have it here? Probably don't have it here. I do have it here. I just can't see it. There, Treasury. So this going up, right? You guys can see that it's been going up steadily. This is likely going to go up further this month, right? And that is a bit bearish, I would say, right? A bit bearish. The TGA, the Treasury account going up is not good for liquidity, because the Treasury then has to spend that money back in the economy for the liquidity conditions to improve again. Why is the Treasury, the TGA account going to go up? The Treasury account is going to go up because people are paying taxes. People paying taxes is the government sucking out liquidity from the financial system. They then need to go and spend it back into the economy or the financial system for liquidity conditions to improve. So this is why April could be a little bit shaky. But again, this is something that could have been priced in last month, right? Let's see. On top of that, we have the reverse repo right over here. That has also come down all the way to 438, right? And usually all of this was going in your T-bills. Now, not so much anymore. So we have liquidity over here that was coming into the financial system that is kind of going to start reducing, because apparently the Fed may not want this to come down more than 200. Apparently, right? We don't know, but there's still some leeway to go before we hit that 200 mark. So we have the TGA going up. We have the reverse repo market kind of bottomed. No more liquidity that can come into the system. All of this may cause April to be a bit wobbly. But the market, every time the market has seen wobbleness, Bitcoin rallies. So I'd be careful. Looking at that all too much. All right, guys, I'm exhausted. When the crypto market is no longer taboo and is seen by the masses as something profitable, what's the new frontier market that we can look towards? We are not going to go back towards trading TradFi, but what we are going to be doing is we're going to be allocating into longer term profitable positions within TradFi as our store of value. I already have a plan for that. That's one of the reasons, by the way, why we have introduced the TradFi section on the dashboard, right? You guys really should lock in your pricing for the dashboard while you can, right? Because this is going to be a far more expensive product in the future, right? There's already way too much value for what it's giving you. But yeah, just a heads up on that. So we already have TradFi over here, and the reason is because we're going to be taking a lot of our crypto gains to diversify into longer-term exponential assets, right? That will benefit from 2030 onwards to 2040. I'm already thinking that far ahead as to what I want to do with my own assets, right? So I'll be sharing that with you guys. But there will be another way to make money. We just don't know what that way is going to be. We will find it. Mango is always at the forefront of all of these things. And we'll be here to share what we learn and guide you guys as well. Whatever pricing you get right now, right? You stay with that pricing. All right, so with that, let's do a quick recap on Bitcoin. As long as the 4 days closing candle is about 65,000, as things stand, that level is 65,000. I will update you guys towards the middle of the week. We are fine. This level is going to update, by the way. This level is going to update, but you guys are going to have to wait for the new level in the middle of the week. I'll give you guys an update. Weekly level is currently sitting at 67,000. As long as weekly is closing candles above 67,000, we are fine. We have defended both levels, the $65,000 level on the 4-day candle as well as the $67,000 level on the weekly candle. As long as Bitcoin is closing monthly candles above, where the hell's my monthly? There. As long as Bitcoin's closing monthly candles above 58k to 61k, we are fine. And hey, we are holding. Until then, do the mango way, do the easy way, do it the stress-free way. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate all of you. I hope you guys enjoyed this market health check. Keep it mango. Let's make money this cycle, guys. This cycle could change your lives. Okay, as long as you keep it mango, stay focused, stay disciplined. Cheers all.